The urethral rupture due to an incorrect procedure must have been terribly painful.
The only solution is surgery. The thing is, it's closed here. We have to open it.
A fistula has formed. It's not coming out where it should. My goodness, I'm suffering for the poor dog.
It's an animal world out there. Watch the World Animal Awareness Society channel and feel right at home. Come, sit, subscribe, and stay a while.
We are rushing him to Benissa.
Madre mía, pobrecito. Tranquilo, madre mía. In moments of distress, the strength of our community becomes our most powerful asset. Today, I bring to you the story of Eros, a mere 3-month-old puppy that is fighting for his life at our hospital. Eros, named after the Greek god of love, was rescued by a small but dedicated animal welfare organization. It didn't take long for them to realize Eros was in trouble, struggling to urinate due to the presence of small oxalate stones in his ureter. While such conditions are typically managed with medication and diet, Eros needed immediate intervention. However, tragedy struck during this procedure. The veterinary attempt to unblock his urinary tract led to severe complications. A catheter, larger than what a puppy of Eros' size could safely handle, was used, resulting in significant damage to his ureter.
He's scared and tries to take shelter.
¿Qué nombre tiene?
Eros.
Eros. ¿Y la patita de atrás?
Justo donde está el hematoma.
Ahí.
The rupture is here, right where the hematoma is.
He has a rupture at the level of the pelvic urethra. The only solution is surgery.
Tenemos que plantear la cirugía.
He has stones. Despite being young, it's quite uncommon. In another clinic, they tried to insert a urethral catheter and ruptured the urethra. So it has to be repaired urgently.
I've spoken with Luz, the veterinarian. The urethral rupture due to an incorrect procedure must have been terribly painful.
Por esa manipulación mal hecha.
We will insert a catheter backwards from the bladder to the rupture site, and then we will insert a second catheter through the penis and make the repair where the two catheters meet. If it can't be repaired, we will perform a urethrostomy and generate a new fistula. After that, he will urinate from this fistula just below the anus. What Anna is doing now is checking the liver and gallbladder.
This is one stone. It measures 0.5 millimeter, but there are more.
0,5, unos medio centímetro. Más o menos, sí.
His penis is full of stones.
This complex procedure is crucial for restoring his urinary system's functionality and giving him a chance at a normal, pain-free life. This beautiful puppy, at the dawn of his life, deserves every chance to live, play, and fill someone's life with joy. But to make this possible, we need your help. The surgery and subsequent care are challenging and expensive, but together we can give Eros the future he deserves.
He's at the hospital, he's at Isidor's table, and he's telling you that unless we do a complete reconstruction of the urethra, Eros is gonna die. This is why I'm here today. I need to ask for your help. Eros needs to be operated, and this is not an easy surgery. Please donate. Help us save him. Thank you. Hi, thank you very much for watching yesterday's video. The reaction of people was very moving because Eros' condition is, well, I mean, you saw it yesterday. He went to the vet with a simple problem. He was producing crystals, oxalate, and he couldn't pee. That happens sometimes. What you do normally is through medication and through a change on diet, you dissolve these crystals. But what the vet had to do was to insert a catheter, a sonda, a tube, inside the urethra so that the dog could pee. Unfortunately, what he did was just that, but with a much thicker catheter. It was really thick. Now, when he tried to do this, he completely tore the urethra and created a damage that we don't know if we're gonna be able to fix. There are many comments on yesterday's video that most of them come through anger and the wish to retribution. Many people say, well, arrest the vet, report him to the police, and have him pay for the surgery. This is wishful thinking. It doesn't happen that way in real life. If I did this, by the time Eros was operated, well, I mean, Eros would be long dead. It just doesn't happen that way. And this is why animal rescues operate. This is why we're here, to intervene when there is no one else that is going to help. If I place a police report or go to the veterinary college and put a complaint. They're going to investigate the whole thing. It's going to take them months. And at the end of these months, the vet is going to be reprimanded. So what? But Eros will be dead. I need to save Eros. So this is why this group is never focused on going after vets that make mistakes or going after vets that are negligent. Another problem, another comment actually, somebody that say, well, in Spain you have a lot of unlicensed vets and untrained vets. Excuse me, that is not true. I don't know where you get this information. Now, in Spain we have vets that are very good, that are not so good, and that are just bad. But this happens in every country. In your country, probably you yourself in your country, around the corner from your place, there's a bad vet, and there is a brilliant vet, and there is a great hospital, and there is not so great veterinary clinic. It just happens that way. Now, also think about something. Many vets don't go into vet studies to help little animals, like which is our domain. They do because they need to have a career, studies. There are vets that work in bullfighting rings to certify that the bull is healthy. There are vets that work in abattoirs, places where they kill the animals for meat, just to certify that everything is done hygienically. To be a vet doesn't mean that you like animals, Now, in the line of business that we do, in animal rescue, the kind of cases we do, we work with compassionate vets, people that not only have the veterinary career, but they have developed the skills in order to do this kind of surgeries. Not every vet is a surgeon. I think we all need to understand that. Eros is at the hospital, and I tell you he's in bad shape, but I have complete confidence that Isidore is going to be able to, one, reconstruct that urethra, and if that's not possible, which is also, maybe the situation, to create a different way out, to do what is called an ureterostomy, which will mean that Eros will pee not through that urethra will be cut, it will be create a connection, and there will be a different hole, a stoma. It's like creating, like a different hole for him to pee and pee normally, controlling that pee. Now, this is a very complex surgery that we'll be able to show it to you when it happens. Most probably it's going to happen tomorrow. It didn't happen today because we need to stabilize him. There are very few surgeries that need to be done immediately or the animal dies. Usually before that, you need to make sure that everything is okay, that he's stable enough to go through this surgery, and that you can perform it successfully. Eros is a beautiful dog, and I can't wait to see him out of the hospital, running and being happy like a dog should be. I've never seen him happy. The only images I've seen of him is feeling terrible at the hospital with Isidore, being probed, analytics over here. I'm sure this dog is going to be wonderful, wonderful, and he deserves a chance. So that's what we're doing here today. I'm trying to raise funds for his surgery. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save Eros. Donate on a recurrent basis so that we can take care of all his needs moving forward, as well as the needs of all the animals that we have in our rescue center. qué? Nos vemos mañana, ¿vale? Thank you very much for being here. Please share this video, donate. If you donate, leave a note saying, I donated, thank you. That way people, when they see it, they think, okay, well, I'm not alone, so let's go, let's help. And that's how this community works. We all rally together, we all get together in order to help an animal in need. And after this animal, there will be another one, and then thousands over time. So thank you very much for your help. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save Eros. Thank you.
Let's see how Eros is doing. He's so small. What are you doing to him, Aitana?
I've given him the medication he needs.
He's cute, because when he saw me earlier, he wagged his tail.
He's a sweetheart.
Ay, anímate, muy bien,
Come on, very good, he's so strong. We gave him tramadol, paracetamol, pain relief, and then he ate everything.
Sí, le voy a enseñar el vídeo. Se tiró como un loco.
Eros is so hungry.
Qué guapeza, Eros, qué mono.
Ay, 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 chico, no me digas que te molesta la pelota. Por favor. Ahora sí.
Ana.
He wants to pee.
Hola, aquí estoy.
Hello, here I am with our 3-month-old friend. We're going to go through surgery shortly. We're going to repair the urethra, which has been destroyed. I hope everything goes well. It's a quite complicated operation, especially in a 3-month-old puppy. I take this opportunity to ask you, please, if you can, donate for this treatment and his upcoming checkups. The truth is that seeing him so defenseless, it's very sad that at only 3 months old he has to go through this. It's infuriating. He was a little better before, wasn't he? Half an hour ago, he was better. He didn't have this.
We need to wait and see if his skin becomes necrotic. That skin will take a long time to heal.
The cone is bigger than his head.
The first thing we are going to do is a cystostomy. We are going to empty the bladder of stones and then insert a catheter backwards to open a fistula to enable him to urinate below his anus. That's the goal, to circumvent the entire urinary tract. He's a young dog. We can only hope that this fistula will function and he remains continent, because there are numerous stones and new problems could arise. A definitive solution to what we are seeing after all the research we have done is to proceed with a pre-scrotal urethrostomy.
Another thing will be to find out why these stones formed being so young, right?
About that, we will do a follow-up. Yesterday's ultrasound showed no sign of shunt, but we might need to perform a CT scan.
What is that liquid?
It's urine in the abdominal cavity. This is the bladder. The urine produced by the kidneys is stored here until it is excreted through the penile urethra, and all this is obstructed.
And all this liquid is the urine that is where it shouldn't be?
Yes, because right now it can only flow in that direction.
Do you feel an obstruction there, a stone?
Yes, it could be a stone or something else.
There's a small stone, a little pebble.
It's something really rare, Anna. Obstruction of the entire penile urethra.
Now we're inserting saline under pressure to see if it washes out.
We have the catheter here. This is where the urethra broke. From the penile urethra to here, more or less, the catheter finds it difficult to pass because of stones. But anyway, I've managed it. And here is where the rupture occurred. The catheter from the bladder should come out here, and it doesn't. However, we have managed to bypass that section. Now I'm removing the large stone we saw.
My goodness.
This all seems very intense.
My goodness. There are a lot of stones.
And there are still more, that's the problem.
Here we have some of the stones. We haven't been able to recover them all. Now you are sewing to close everything, right?
Yes, I'm going to close.
And will you leave a hole there, where you left the tube?
Yes, the hole stays there. All this here is necrotic tissue. He will probably need another tiny operation in that area.
Will the white tube stay there for a few days?
We might remove it tomorrow.
Now our friend Isidore is going to close the bladder and thoroughly clean the entire abdominal cavity.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
A pre-scrotal urethrostomy, that's what we've done. A fistula is created beneath the anus for urination purposes. The entire urethra was full of stones. In the perineal area, there is some necrosis as a result of the rupture of the urethra.
It wasn't a good color.
This may force us to have to do a tiny surgical correction at a later date. But for now, Eros is going to rest, because he will be able to urinate when he needs to.
Now you rest.
Venga.
How are you doing? Better, huh? You've woken up?
Venga, pues dentro a comer. Hala, te dejo.
Come on, you did very well. We went to the hospital to see our friend Eros and check on his condition.
Ahí está intentando hacer pipí. ¿Esto qué es tu bebé? ¿Es el bebé eres tú?
But we can't celebrate yet, because he's a puppy, he's not vaccinated yet, and his defenses are low.
Eros, a 3-month-old puppy, bravely underwent a complex and critical surgery. Eros, a playful and affectionate puppy, whose life had taken an unexpected turn when he was diagnosed with a life-threatening condition requiring immediate surgical intervention. The surgery itself was a delicate procedure, demanding precision and expertise from the veterinary surgeon. Despite the complexity of the surgery, there was an air of optimism, driven by the team's dedication to saving Eros. Today, we show you how Eros is doing after his surgery. Don't miss it.
We went to the hospital to see our friend Eros and check on his condition. He's a fantastic and quite calm puppy. What he must have gone through must have been horrifying for him. He's still not out of danger. So we're going to leave him in the hospital for a few more days, as he can't leave and needs constant care. As you can see, he's attentive to everything happening around him. Yes, he was looking at you.
No te estaba sacando ojo.
It's incredible. For a puppy, he is very calm. He seems a bit overwhelmed because, as you know, puppies usually like to move around a lot. He's trying to pee. You can see the droplets. But now I have to ask about this. It's necessary to keep a close eye on him, and there are still many dangers. Eros has to stay in the hospital a few more days, as all this requires close monitoring. I'm going to consult with Isidore about this, and he'll explain to us how Eros is doing, how he feels, and the next steps.
Necesitamos muestra.
Vale, nada, que hemos visto.
Eros is pooping, and they're going to collect a sample. Very good, Eros.
¿Esto qué es tu bebé? ¿Es el bebé eres tú?
spoke with Andrea, and she explained that the droplets, which I thought were coming from the wrong place, are actually coming out where they should. All good for the time being. In some, he's doing quite well, but he needs specific care and close attention.
We're really enjoying having him. He's an amazing animal. It takes a lot of work because the fistula needs to be cleaned properly 4 times a day to prevent bacterial complications. He's currently progressing well, although we have to wait 15 days before we can discharge him from this type of complex surgery.
We don't want any complications afterward.
There was also an area of necrosis under the fistula.
You might see it as normal, but for us and our followers, that open area is shocking. But it couldn't be done any other way.
No, because it's a change in the pathway of the urine coming from the urinary bladder.
I'm referring to the area that's raw. That's from the skin he's lost, right?
Yes, that area coincides with where the urethra ruptured. All the urine was accumulating and pressing to get out, creating a tremendous area of necrosis.
And now we have to wait for it to heal on its own.
Yes, it will take about 15 days. If you ask me, is there a serious situation? Not at the moment, because he's progressing well, but we can't celebrate yet, because he's a puppy, he's not vaccinated yet, and his defenses are low.
As soon as we can, we'll start vaccinating.
That's the idea, but for now, he's doing very well.
Thank you for everything.
Bye.
As you can see, here he has everything he needs for the moment in this delicate situation. Water, food, lots of love, and daily care, so that this area heals as soon as possible. Poor thing. We have to be very careful to avoid any complications.
Para que no haya ningún contratiempo.
Have you finished your food already? You can't eat more now. We must be very careful with everything he eats, what he drinks, his pee and poop, and of course, he must wear a comb. I've taken it off now so you can see his mischievous face.
Eros remains hospitalized. Please consider donating to continue his treatment. Thank you so much for your help.
Isidore called us saying there's a complication.
The thing is, it's closed here. We have to open it.
A fistula has formed. It's not coming out where it should. My goodness, I'm suffering for the poor dog.
Hi, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going on a rescue mission. My brother has just called me from the hospital. There is a problem with Eros. As you know, we rescued Eros last week. It was a life or death situation. We had to perform an ureterostomy that went well, But apparently there is a problem today. They've just gone into the surgery room trying to figure out what the problem is. I'm gonna upload exactly what my brother has sent me, and then we're gonna talk about it. Please have a look at this. This is Eros.
We've come to Benissa urgently because Isidore called us saying there's a complication. Apparently, Eros's urine is exiting through a different channel than it should, so we're going to see what's happening.
We need to resect the necrotic tissue here in the pre-scrotal space so that we can close it.
So, are you going to stitch it up?
Yes, resect and close. Have you visualized the fistula?
I'm going to try to pass the probe through the penis to see where it comes out.
Could there be more stones?
Yes, over here. As you can see, here's the catheter and it's not passing through.
Look, it's here.
The urethra is fine, so where is the fistula then?
The thing is, it's closed here, and the fistula is coming out there at the back. I'll put on gloves and open it.
Así. Hala, todos fuera, rápido. Rápido que se les quede tanto amor. No la veus perquè quan no té contrast, necessitaria fer-li contrast.
But where does he urinate from? Initially, the urine overflows from here. And where does it come out? It will come out here, where he must have made a fistula in that area.
We have to open it.
We're going to reopen it.
We're going to try to find the fistula again.
A fistula has formed. It's not coming out where it should. And that's what we're going to do now urgently, because he can't be like this. We knew this wasn't easy and could get complicated. And here we are.
We had a pre-scrotal fistula here and it closed, so an internal fistula has formed with an exit here, and now the urine comes out here in a different place. Let's see if we are able to open a new fistula, because this is internal. It comes out inside, but he's urinating well, without any problem.
So, are we going to make a fistula inside, going through the bladder?
Yes, like on the first day.
This is going to close.
My goodness, I'm suffering for the poor dog.
This was necrotic and it was likely to happen.
Now we'll wait for our friend Eros to wake up, to give him a lot of love. We have a surprise for him.
Cosita. Ay, bebé. Ven aquí. Ven aquí, bomboncito. Pobrecito.
Está investigando.
Eros. Mira, Eros. Esto es para ti.
Ay, bichito. ¿Qué pasa, mi chico? Ay.
Pero ¿y estas orejitas? Ay,
Ay.
me ha volado el pelo. Ay, mi amor. Hola, mi vida. Ay, mi amor.
No es cariñoso. Ay,
Ay, mi amor.
Eros, I see you're awake. See you in a few days for the surgery.
Venga, hasta pronto. Bueno, ya habéis visto, hemos pasado
We organized urgent surgery to solve Eros's problem.
para solucionar el problema que teníamos, pero
But he will have to undergo another surgery in a few days. We knew this could happen.
So the situation is as follows. The ureterostomy that we performed last week saved Eros' life. Unfortunately, that stoma that we created has closed down, has shut itself, and a new one has formed, what is called a fistula. Now, Eros is peeing through that fistula, and that cannot continue because that's a source of infection. We need to do another ureterostomy. This one is going to be performed with the help of Jorge Inas, one of the world's best surgeons. You know him for many, many years, and he's going to help us. It's going to help us with this case. This is more complicated than we originally. I thought it was going to be difficult, and this is the confirmation of my fears. We need to do this. Eros will save his life, and we need to make sure that he continues in the right track. He's an amazing little dog, and unfortunately, veterinary sciences are not exact sciences. Many things can happen, and sometimes, like in this case, the body reacts to a surgery that you perform and does things differently, and this is what has happened now. Eros' body has closed down the new hole, has opened another one in the wrong place. That's basically what the situation is. We need to fix this. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save this baby. Help us save Eros. Thank you.
Looking again for the direct exit of the urethra to the outside, to the skin.
Isidore and I will open here.
This is Eros, a sweet puppy who was abandoned and taken in by a local animal rescue organization. Initially, he was in good health, but then he began having difficulty urinating. When the organization brought him to the vet, unfortunately, the treatment resulted in significant damage to his urinary system. This has been the core issue we've been addressing since then. Last week, Eros underwent a delicate surgical procedure known as urethrostomy. This surgery involved creating a new opening stoma for urine to exit his body. Initially, this solution was effective, but over the weekend, Eros' body unexpectedly closed the new opening and formed another one. Sadly, this new opening is not viable for urination, as it poses a risk of infection. To address this complication, we have reached out to Jorge Linas, a renowned veterinary expert, to consult on Eros' case. We are hopeful that with his expertise, we can find a solution to help him.
¡Qué tío!
What is that? Medication?
It's a stomach protector.
They take good care of you, Eros.
¡Hala! Ya empezamos. Vamos a ver por dónde sale. Eso.
What's the plan for Eros?
We're going to try a contrast study to identify the fistula, although we're not sure if the contrast will work out. I think we may need to consider opening everything up to locate the fistula that extends from the perineal area to the scrotal area. Try to close it, and then look for an opening in the urethra again.
Looking again for the direct exit of the urethra to the outside, to the skin.
Vamos a verte.
He's very smart. You tell him to go to his place and he goes to his bed.
The fistula formed up here and has become internal. The urethrostommy granulated and closed overnight. Now he urinates through the fistula.
¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué enfada? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Oye.
Claro, está saliendo por ahí.
Sí, sí. Acércate más.
At least he can poop and pee.
Y pipí también. Quiero comprobar. Me cachis. Claro, el plan aquí va a ser abrirlo.
A ver la cosa le sale.
Sí que estoy, ¿eh? Ahí está, míralo. Mira, mira Isidoro.
Sí, sí.
Isidore and I will open here, clean the channel, bring the urethrostommy towards the wider area of the penis and close the fistula here.
Hacia la zona del pene, que es más ancha todavía, arriesgaremos ahí un poquito y cerraremos la fístula aquí, ya está.
The area of necrosis that resulted from the urethral rupture no longer has an infection.
These are the pills for Eros.
La medicación y comida, ¿va?
Is he eating well?
Yes, he usually eats very well.
Are you eating now?
Vale. Pues sí que come bien, así.
Well, Eros, everything's planned. Don't worry. You'll get through this. See you tomorrow.
We must never forget this situation was created by a terrible vet that mutilated Eros. We have requested the help of Jorge Ginás, one of the world's best vets. Together we tackle some of the most challenging cases that have ever been tackled. We're confident that we will be able to pull this off, but we need your help. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save Eros. Thank you very much.
Hola, chicas.
Hi, girls. How are you?
Excited.
These are Eros adoptants. That's gonna be his new family. Today, for the first time, they're gonna meet him. They're so excited. A ver, Eros. Este es Eros.
He's so handsome, he's gorgeous.
Pero bueno.
Bonito es, qué bonito.
Es precioso.
Bonito.
Pero bueno. Mira, mi chico.
¿Qué pasa? ¿No me habías visto aquí?
Vale, mi chico. Muy bien. Muy bien, mi amor.
Pero bombón.
What a divine creature you are. Now he wants to stay with us. He doesn't want to go back with you. We'll have to keep him.
He is eating very well. He has a great appetite.
Girls, I'm leaving. I'll leave you with Eros. See you next week to take him home.
Para casa. Ay.
Eros has decided he doesn't want the catheter anymore. Look how well the fistula where he urinates is forming.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
I think it's very good. He is gaining strength and growing into what is, without a doubt, an extraordinary dog. This is to check that the catheter is properly inserted with a perfect opening.
Tenemos una abertura perfecta, ¿vale? Y pasa con facilidad y todo.
Do you think everything has closed around it?
Yes, look, all closed and the opening is good.
Sí, mira, lo veo cerradito. Y la abertura es buena.
Ay, qué llorita. Ay, qué cachorrillo. Hombre, que es un cachorrillo. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm going to bring his bed so he can relax.
Muy bien. Muy bien.
He's definitely going to fall asleep.
Frito, frito. Ay, 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 ay.
A dormir.
This is because he removed the Foley catheter this morning, right?
He bit it, he broke it.
He removed the cone, the suit, and everything.
Look, it goes in very well.
Súper bien, es que está... Yo creo que no le haría falta, pero bueno.
Estás despertándote tú.
Ya está.
And what have you done now?
Inflate the balloon at the tip of the tube so that he can't remove it easily.
Ahora ya no saldría. Pues ya no es tan fácil que salga, mejor dicho. Claro.
Es un bebito.
Bebito, nos tiene fritos, el señor Eros. Nos tiene fritos.
What are you going to do now, Isidore?
Secure it with a couple of stitches so it doesn't come out.
Also using the cone so he doesn't bite it again.
Además de collarín. Porque si no...
Hombre, te diré y te contaré.
¿A ti se bien o
Sí, es súper bien, hombre.
Tenía que ser caso.
Te escondas, no.
Don't hide, you took it off this morning.
Te lo has quitado esta mañana, granuja. Te lo has quitado esta... Molt bé. ¿Lo ves? Esto es un como...
Here we do everything. We heal and make dresses. This will be a good style for such a handsome dog of this size.
50-50. ¿Has puesto Eros? Ahí, ¿estás? Muy bien. Ahí, a dormir.
Let's let Eros take a typical Spanish siesta.
Típica en España. La dejamos aquí.
It's siesta time.
He knows it's siesta time, so we'll let him rest.
Bueno, Eros.
Eros, see you tomorrow.
This is an exciting moment. Eros is off to his new family.
Bueno, ya hemos llegado. Por fin. Madre mía, qué ganas tenía. Anda, pues ahora sí que la habéis hecho buena. Mira.
This is an exciting moment. Eros is off to his new family.
Qué guay, está para irse ya todo.
It fills us with sadness to say goodbye, as he's won us over with his charm.
Please show us his wound so we can have a better look.
Ay, 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 ay. Espera.
Although we'd prefer him to leave without the catheter, we're leaving it in as a precaution, fearing the wound might close up.
Muy bien.
Eros, you're off to your new home. Something you've wanted, right?
Ay, ay, qué bien, qué bien.
We're overjoyed to see Eros off.
Con toda la pena que nos da.
What will you do without us?
Pues ladrar un poquito. Que nos vamos a casa.
Que es un bebito.
Hala, hasta luego.
Wishing you a pleasant journey.
Vale, chao. Ay, cerramos esto y esto. Bueno, ya hemos llegado. Por fin.
Por fin.
A ver el bichito. Oh.
Hola, cariño. Hola, mi vida.
Hola, Peque.
What's his name?
Zeus.
Zeus.
Here's Eros.
Está Eros.
Both of them have names of gods.
Sí.
¡Qué guays!
¡Qué casualidad!
¿Son dos dioses?
Sí.
¡Qué guay!
Venga, ya te suelto, bichito.
Toma ya,
Zeus can't complain. He has an incredible cat castle, complete with an integrated litter tray. This is a brilliant idea. Did you know I have the biggest litter tray in the world? You can ask Victor about it.
Hola. Hola. Ah, sí.
This little cat is called Mia.
Esta se llama Mia. Hola, Mia.
She seems very comfortable there.
We've left the cage up because she really enjoys being inside it.
Pues nada, sí.
The views from here are marvelous.
Ostras, qué guay. Ay.
Bueno.
Lovely, isn't it?
Bueno, exploramos un
Qué
poquito.
bien.
No nos ha salido tanto, ¿eh? Ven aquí, Eros, ven.
Ah. Oye, que
Hey, Eros, that food isn't for you.
Pillín. Súper educado el tío. Mira.
Look, he's already found his little bed.
Aquí me quedo. Aquí me quedo.
Pero bueno.
Que tengo un sueño que me muero. Uy, uy. Uy.
Ya estás
Madre
instalado, cariño.
mía. Qué ganas tenía.
You can see he was well cared for at the clinic, but there's nothing like resting in his own bed.
Camita, bien mollosita. Pero es que claro, como la cama de uno. Qué guay.
He has several beds in this house.
Para elegir.
Por todas partes.
You're going to sleep wonderfully tonight, without the noise of the other dogs barking.
Anda, pues ahora sí que la habéis hecho buena. Mira, mira.
Tenemos que comprar otro conk. Pero bueno.
Oye.
Hey, that's mine. But it's all right, you can have it.
We've bought him lots of soft toys.
He's just a baby.
Es que es un bebé.
Es un bebé.
Como dice
mi
Isidor,
chico.
como dice Isidor,
Es un bebecito.
es un bebecito, sí.
When he grows up, he'll fill the whole bed.
Ah, muy bien. Mira, ya lo habéis
I see they
cogido,
bought it thinking he'd have enough space as he grows.
Para luego girarlo y que se
Que
espazurre
se-
por ahí.
Claro. ¿A que sí, mi chico? Ay, pero bueno, ¿qué tienes aquí? Uy.
Eros, I need a break. I think it's time to eat.
¡Tadán!
He's a very calm dog for a puppy.
Ahí solo, jugando con sus juguetitos.
He knows exactly when to sunbathe in his bed.
Tal hora, aquí entra el sol.
Sí, bueno, cuando se le acaba aquí lo tiene allá.
Allá.
I'm off to work.
Mi amor.
Look how clever.
No, no, no. Uy.
I thought you came to eat the ham.
Venga, ven, ven, ven con nosotros, ven. Ven, ven, ven. Muy bien. Aquí, aquí.
Such a charming cat. Let's see if she bites me now and sends my mobile flying.
Ah, sí. Hola. Eros.
Who's that?
That's Canella, the cat hiding over there.
I'm handing over his passport. Eros is officially your dog now. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Such an adorable and affectionate cat until he decides to bite. Now you're in charge.
Es el boss.
I leave the house in your care.
Pues de nada, te voy a dejar vigilando la casa, ¿vale? Menuda pasada. Bueno,
I'm off. Goodbye.
nos vemos, que vaya bien, ¿eh? Pórtate bien. Adiós. Adiós. Venga, bye. Adiós.
It's an animal world out there. Watch the World Animal Awareness Society channel and feel right at home. Come, sit, subscribe, and stay a while.